Hi, I'm Angela Duncan and welcome to my YouTube channel. Today I got a phone call from a semi-telemarketer. It was somebody who wanted me to advertise with them and their company, and I expressed to them that what they were asking me to advertise for was not really what I was focusing on at the moment, that I was more focusing on my boudoir photography. It was something I really felt like I had a passion for and was kind of my calling. Well, she told me, I've always thought about doing a boudoir shoot, and it'd really just be for me. Like, my fiance, if I gave him that as a gift, he probably would just be like, why did you give me this? And that struck a chord with me today, to realize that sometimes, even as women, even as often as our spouses or our partners, our boyfriends, our girlfriends, our friends, whoever, as many times as they tell us how awesome we are and how beautiful we are and how amazing we are and how cool they think we are and how much they love our clothes and our style and all of that, that we as women still really struggle to see that in ourselves, even when everybody else around us tells us we're amazing. And for me, most of the time it takes me coming to that realization on my own. And I don't share often on here my story of why, my personal boudoir story from the very first shoot I ever did. It was 7 years ago, I want to say. I hadn't been married very long. It was a surprise for my husband. We drove all the way to Austin, stayed with some friends, and the whole point of us going down there that weekend was because I had booked a boudoir session with a friend who was also a photographer. She shot a lot of weddings with me. Her name was Susan. I trusted her. She was having this big pinup boudoir marathon, and I said, this is totally out of my comfort zone, but it's something I want to do because I know that it would make a big statement for him and really let him know how much I love him and care about him and all that. So I booked the session, and I went on that Sunday, right before we were getting ready to leave, and I got out of the car. I had all my stuff. I walked to the door, and I froze. I was petrified because everything about... I'm going to get emotional. Everything about who I thought I was and what I thought I looked like and how I felt like I didn't fit up to the standards of beauty that, the world had put out there, or even that, like, my own family or my own friends or whatever had put on me. I didn't feel like I lived up to that. I didn't feel like I was worth going in and doing a boudoir shoot, even for my husband. Like, he wasn't going to care. He was going to look at those pictures and say, why did you spend the money on this? Why did you do this? Why, like, I don't need half naked pictures of you. Like, why would you do this? I told myself these things. And long story short, my photographer got me in the house, got me a couple of glasses of wine, got me in hair and makeup, and by that time I was committed. I was going to do it whether I'd already paid for it, it was going to happen, money was already spent, there was no turning back at that point. But it was one of the best experiences of my life. Not only did it help my self-esteem and my self-confidence, but it was a really powerful statement to my husband, and he was overwhelmed with the fact that I had done that for him. He loved the photos. He still loves them to this day, and that was 7 years ago and a baby ago and several pounds ago and a lot of life changes ago, but he still loves them even to this day. And it's so funny, he actually has a folder on his phone called Pretty Lady, which all has pictures of me, and sometimes I forget that it exists, but it makes me feel good knowing that it's there. So I wrote a blog post that I'm actually going to put up next week. It's not going to go up yet. It's going to go up next week. But when I was writing this, I kind of wrote it in a poetic way. I actually had a journalism scholarship, believe it or not. I would full ride and everything, and I turned that down and followed my husband. At least he's my husband now. I followed him. But I really do love writing, and one day I want to publish a book. It's something I've always wanted to do. But I wrote this, and I feel like it's really a powerful statement on, something that is really important. And so I'm talking to all of the significant others with this. I'm talking to the husbands and the boyfriends and the fiancés and the girlfriends and the wives. I'm talking to anybody who has somebody in their life who is important to them and special to them. Somebody who is an amazing woman and maybe doesn't know that she is, or maybe she knows that she is, but she doesn't think she's pretty, or doesn't think she's deserving, or would never do something like this for herself and would never feel like anybody, excuse me, I told you I was getting emotional, anybody would want to see her in this way, or anybody would think she was worth this kind of a thing. So this is who I'm talking to. And I'm going to be running a special when the blog goes live next week. I'll be running a special where, when you book a session for the special woman in your life, she'll get a little bit of extra the day of her shoot, and a little extra something special from me. So here it goes. I'm going to read it. So here we go. Give her a boudoir session. Trust me on this. She wants one. She may not ever admit it, but she does. She desperately wants to feel beautiful. No, she needs to know that she is beautiful. She wants to have her hair and makeup done by somebody who really knows how. She wants to look in the mirror and be moved to tears because she actually likes the way that she looks. She wants to put on something that she's been told looks amazing on her and know she looks damn sexy. She wants to run her hands through her hair and feel sensual and silly at the same time while the camera clicks away. She wants to not care about checking every snap to make sure that it's perfect, like she does when she takes and retakes her selfies. She wants to let her guard down and trust more than a mirror to show her that she's amazing and beautiful and sexy. She wants to be the center of attention for a day and be reminded that she fully and completely deserves it. She wants to, for the first time in a while, or maybe even ever, feel like she's more than just a mom or an employee or a wife or a girlfriend or a daughter or fiance or best friend or lover. She wants to feel like she is everything, even if it's just for a day. But I promise you, it will last for much, much longer than just that one day. And you, what does it say to her when you are the one that gives her that gift? Sure, you may not be able to do her hair and makeup, to help her choose the outfits that are going to photograph well, or pose her and take her photos. But you can be the person that tells her you are worth it. The one that tells her it's worth it to lose a day from work and spend the money. It's worth it for you to have photos of her because you love and care about her and want to look at her even when she isn't around because she's just that pretty. You can tell her every day that she's beautiful, that she's amazing and wonderful, that she's enough, that she's everything. And you can mean it, which I know that you do, but it won't matter. She's still going to look in that mirror every single day and see the exact same person that she thinks she is. The woman she has been trained for so long to see. The one who's not thin enough, or tan enough, or girly enough, or in shape enough, or young enough, or pretty enough. The one who is just not enough. But you and I both know that when you look at her, you see a woman who is enough. Hell, she's more than enough. She's a woman who is beautiful and amazing and perfect in every single way. Isn't it time that she saw that too? So next week when the blog post goes live, there'll be a link that you can click that'll tell you more about how you can book your session for that special woman in your life. She'll get a little something extra during her session. She'll get a little extra something special after her session. And you know what? I may be the one to take the pictures, but you're going to be the one that sends the most powerful message that you can, that she's worth it, that she deserves everything. She deserves a day all to herself, deserves the time spent planning and the money spent budgeted. You're the one that's going to be telling her that she's everything. And it's going to last. And it's going to make a difference. And you're going to see a different woman. You're going to see a woman who finally sees herself for who she really is, inside and out. So, yeah. Thanks for watching. This video, I'll post it on Facebook and Google and all of the places, all of the social medias. If you're curious to check out my work, go to www.longviewboudoir.com. You can find me on Facebook at Angela Duncan Boudoir. I'll post a link in the comments for all of that, and look for that blog post to go live next week.